What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Now I'm here today to bring you a very special edition, to my channel, I guess you could say, a new series where, just like you've seen me feature on my friend here's, channel, I'm gonna have Steve now as a regular guest, also as returning the favor. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, HHH Fan 83, aka my boy Steve Kelly. What's going on, Steve?
What's going on, my friend? Just returning the favor, like you said, and we're gonna have some fun. I'm a kind of a new subscriber, let's just say, to the PS4, and I just picked up UFC 2 just a couple of days ago. So you're gonna teach me the ropes.
Yeah, so for those that might not caught that, or I'm sure you understood anyway, Steve does talk English. Nah, but like, all honesty, yeah, so like, Steve just got a PlayStation, came over from Xbox. It's the first time he's owned a UFC game for the new systems, which is obviously on the PS4. We're playing EA Sports UFC 2, and whilst we're going to play this video, and I'm going to kind of like, more or less be like the tutorial for Steve, we're going to mess around. We're going to give some of our, predictions and thoughts on some MMA news. So without further ado, let's get into this, Steve. So where to begin? Let's talk about Jon Jones versus Ovince St. Preux. Steve, I want to know your thoughts on this fight, and what do you think the outcome would be, and anything else you want to add on to that. Take it away, Steve.
Well, from a safe bet perspective, you want to say Jones, but from an upset perspective, you're going to go with OSP. You know what? In the end, I got to stick with the safe bet. I'm going to say Jon Jones in 2 rounds.
Yeah, and I respect that. And shit, if I had to say someone had to make a safe bet, I would have to agree with you 100%. But I'm gonna do the opposite, and it's gonna sound a bit dramatic to people, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you must be crazy," blah blah blah. And god damn it, he didn't touch gloves. But anyways, let's get back to the topic at hand. I'm gonna go with Ovince St. Preux, and I'm gonna say a round 1 knockout. And you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're crazy! How can it be a round 1 knockout on the man Jon Jones, the undefeated, the champion that never lost his belt?" I will tell you, Jones has been inactive for 2 years. Ovince is explosive. Ovince is having the chance of his life to win a title, and I would like to think he's hungrier than ever. And when I say hungrier than ever, I'm talking like starving, because it's not often that you see a fighter pull out of a main event title picture in Daniel Cormier and have someone like Ovince replace him, when there's plenty of guys ahead of Ovince, such as Glover, Anthony Johnson, Gus. I mean, the list can go on, right? So there's more deserving guys. But now you got to think, if you're in Ovince's position, this is his chance to shock the world. This is his chance to, give that first defeat to Jon Jones. I'm not going to count the Hamill loss because that was a DQ, but the first official defeat to Jon Jones. So, I mean, this guy has the chance of a lifetime, and the fact that he could be an interim light heavyweight champion and go on to have more success, or even if he wins it and goes on and loses the title, then fuck it, but this is the chance for him to make, his moment, so to speak. And I really strongly believe that, he has the tools to do it. And where Jones has been inactive for 2 years, I really think that St. Preux has that edge, because he's been more active. He's an explosive athlete, such well-rounded. He's good at closing distance, and I think, honest to God, that a lot of people are looking past him, and that's why I'm gonna say, as bizarre as it sounds, round 1 knockout for Ovince St. Preux. You heard it here first, and shit, if he loses, I'll own up to it and say, well, I'm not surprised because it's Jon Jones. But anyways, I don't want to drag this out any longer. I just wanted to give you my analysis, and I want to move on to the next bit of news. Steve, Conor McGregor has gone on record and said he will be retiring. What is your thoughts on this?
Plain and simple, I honestly think it's a planned out joke. It's hype for 200, Diaz and McGregor, and honestly, if it is turning out to be real, I don't know if I'm agreeing with it or not. I love McGregor as a fighter. He's exciting. I don't know. It's just, let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it could be a stunt. But if it is official, it's sad because it's a big loss for the UFC and just MMA in general.
Tremendous loss.
Tremendous loss, like Steve said. And, you know, McGregor is that guy at the minute. I mean, whether he lost to Nate or not, it doesn't matter. McGregor is, you know, the guy that brings in the money fights. He sells out arenas. He puts asses in seats, or asses in seats, however you want to say it. And, you know, if this is true, then you know, it will be a sad day for MMA, but, you know, I think the guy has still got some fight in him. I still see him, you know, being accustomed to this sport, but if he feels that he needs to step away for family reasons, you know, health reasons, whatever the reason, you know, it's entirely up to him. He's a grown man. His decision is final, obviously. So, anything you want to say last on that, Steve, about McGregor?
You know what? If this is the end for him, great career so far. I mean,
yeah.
The whole when Dublin, that title win.
Yep. That knockout on Jose.
Yeah, exactly. If it turns out to be real, may he have all the best.
All the best in life. Yeah, I agree, man. And at the end of the day, I mean, he's a human being, and you know that they can't fight forever. You know, and speaking of fighting forever,
think of Chuck. He fought a little too long, and then look what happened.
Exactly. And speaking of fighting forever, Steve, this is what brings in our next topic nicely. The return of BJ Penn. I mean, how is this going to go down, Steve? Is this a good move or no?
You know what? When he returned the first time, I didn't agree with it. And he wants to test the waters again.
Yeah.
All the luck in the world, but I think it's still a bad idea.
I think so too. And Dennis Silva is, you know, he's got knockout power. He's experienced. And like I said, with the layoff, same again with BJ Penn and his age and him not being the fighter he used to be. I wouldn't be surprised if he got put away or just ended up on the wrong end and lost. But I hope he does well. If I could wish for a prediction, I would like to see him win. What about you, Steve? Would you like to see him win?
I like to see, honestly, like, he's a legend, no doubt. So I want to see him succeed, no doubt.
Absolutely. It'd almost be as sweet as your boy Chuck Liddell coming back and getting a victory for old time's sake.
That would be quite the thing to see.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our video. Do remember to go subscribe to Steve at HHHFan83. So that's 3 H's
coming
fan
up, I have a
83.
Dudley Boys review.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
Yep, you heard it here first. You know, Dudley Boys review on the way. The man's at 200 subs. Let's keep them climbing. And any last words you want to say, Steve, to the subscribers and people viewing?
Just, I want to say thank you for having me on your channel, returning the favor. It's been fun. Hopefully I'll get better at UFC 2.
I hope so too. So we're going to end this with me getting the finish, because this video is coming to an end. Or Steve might survive, but depending on how long Steve can survive, we'll keep talking. Now for like,
if I can get these clinches right, I'm going to be okay.
And that is the end of John Coke Sniffing Jones. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay in school and say no to drugs. Goodbye.